When you think of accolades, you usually think of MVPs or championships. However, what doesn't come to mind is the NBA Cup. Some people say the NBA Cup is for teams unable to make the playoffs, but this year the tournament showed intensity and pressure, even showcasing some of the best teams in the league. On the other hand, teams that still need to kickstart their season can get a shot of momentum and the edge for the playoffs. You may be wondering, how does this matter? Just recently, the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Cup. Keep in mind, this is the same team who started 2-9. In this video, we will uncover what the NBA Cup truly means and how it impacts these teams and what the future is for the Cup. Let's dive in.
If you ask old heads, they'll tell you that the NBA has gotten softer or even less physical in the past decade. All of this ties back to load management. When you picture NBA stars like Kawhi Leonard or Zion Williamson, they'll probably be on the bench due to something as simple as a sore knee. I mean, even MVP Joel Embiid said that he may never play a back-to-back game again. Gee, if only Kobe heard this.
Nevertheless, the NBA has taken initiative, making new requirements on how many games you have to play in order to be eligible for such NBA awards. Unfortunately, this hasn't moved the needle for the usual suspects, which is why the league introduced the in-season tournament. Unlike other tournaments, this one is held, like the name suggests, in the middle of the season. This was to 1, give players an extra incentive to compete in November, and 2, increase publicity, of course.
However, what made the NBA go full throttle on this idea happened in April of 2023. In a critical game at the end of the season, the Dallas Mavericks rested almost every starter, including players like All-Star guard Kyrie Irving and Tim Hardaway Jr., etc. This resulted in a loss to the Bulls as well as an NBA investigation, after which the team was fined $750,000.
The first year they introduced the Cup, there was tons of buzz around the NBA world. Keep in mind, most players were sick and tired of doing the same routine for 82 games. To add more fuel to the fire, they added a cash bonus. That brings us to the first season they implemented this. Coming into the 2023-24 season, people were excited to see how the NBA would execute an in-season tournament, and you bet they took full advantage of this. First, they made new floor designs for each team. Unlike normal courts or even finals courts, the NBA Cup brought a blast of color. Not only that, but if you make it deep into the tournament, you'll get a trip to Vegas and your games will become a marquee matchup that the entire league watches.
With all that said, teams were stoked for the upcoming tournament, and you know how that went.
The Los Angeles Lakers win the first NBA Cup. They are champions.
The Lakers ended up winning the competition, but what's surprising about all of this was seeing the young talent. Players like Tyrese Haliburton shined under the spotlight, averaging about 27 points and 14 assists, contributing to the Pacers advancing all the way to the finals.
It also set the wheels in motion, surging the Pacers to end the season as the 6th in the East, and somehow, some way, making it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Additionally, the finals match where the Lakers played the Pacers was the most watched non-Christmas game since 2018, with nearly 4.5 million people tuning in. Needless to say, this was a win-win, having fans satisfied and the league taking an extra profit. All things being considered, the NBA was most certainly ready for year 2 of the NBA Cup.
That brings us to this current season, and let's just say it's been interesting. To start, many teams have made it far into the tournament that usually don't perform as well. For example, the Atlanta Hawks surprised us all by making it all the way to the semifinals. Keep in mind, they had to deal with injuries as well. Teams like OKC excelled in the tournament because of their youth and leadership. On the other side, the more experienced teams like the Bucks showed everyone why they shouldn't keep them under the radar, as they ended up winning the whole thing.
In conclusion, the NBA Cup has held many surprises. However, it has increased the players' motivation to try harder during games and be better in the important games. What's not better than more playoff reps? Thank you for joining us on our take on the NBA Cup.